Senate has rejected a motion to rename the Inec headquarters after the late Humphrey Nwosu, who oversaw the June 12, 1993 presidential election as chairman of the defunct NEC. Senator Eyinaya Abaribe reintroduced the motion, calling for Nwosu to receive posthumous national honors for his role in Nigeria's democracy. However, the proposal sparked heated debate, with lawmakers divided over his legacy. Supporters, including Senators Osita Ngo and Austin Akubundu, urged that Nwosu acted under military pressure and still deserved recognition. Opponents, such as Senators Jimoh Ibrahim, Cyril Fasuye, and Sunday Karimi, insisted that failing to announce the election results disqualified him from being honored. Senator Afolabi Salisu warned that immortalizing Nwosu would undermine MKO Abiola's legacy. Ultimately, the Senate rejected the motion through a voice vote, but agreed to observe a 1-minute silence in his honor and send condolences to his family. On a similar development, Senator Adams Oshomole has opposed any posthumous recognition for the late Professor Humphrey Nwosu, arguing that he failed Nigerians by not officially declaring the winner of the annulled June 12, 1993 presidential election. Speaking during a Senate debate on Thursday, Oshomole, who represents Edo North, accused Nwosu and former military ruler Ibrahim Babangida of deceiving the 18 million Nigerians who voted in the historic election. He died without confession. He cannot be rewarded, Oshomole added, insisting that history should not be distorted to honor Nwosu. I want to get your thoughts on this. There were actually two different parties over the situation, honoring and dishonoring him over the June 12, 1993 election. What's your thoughts on this, please?
If I am even the family of late revered Professor Humphrey Nwosu, who conducted the best election in this country in 1983, it has not been rivaled, but the fairest election with utmost innovation.
Was the June 12th election a fair election?
It was the fairest ever in this country.
But so why did Babangida come back to say that?
He was a military ruler who asked them to conduct the election, and the gentleman professor, revered Professor Humphrey Nwosu, may his soul rest in peace, conducted the best election ever before. And
okay, I'm sorry, is it okay you elaborate? Because at the time, I don't think I was born.
I don't think you were born.
So history, yes, we should have studied it. But I know they say experience teaches more, and you know more when you were actually first-hand of the situation. I'm sure you were first-hand.
Now let me tell you, because of the corruption in Nigerian system, Humphrey Nwosu came up with what they call option A4. The option A4 is you will line up behind the person you want to vote for.
Okay, I know about that one.
Good. And in the glaring eyes of the public and the electorate, it will be counted and everybody will see the result. This one is not the issue of beavers where people manipulate it at the back end office, where they will say that the internet is not working, where they will come and change figures. That one, the result will be called, in fact, the blind will see the result. The deaf will hear the result during the option A4. It was adjudged the best. And up till now, in fact, most Nigerians are clamoring.
So why was the election annulled?
The military, of course. Zeke said it's only a madman that fights a man with a gun. The military prevailed. Babangida prevailed on him, which they have confessed. Prevailed on him. Chidema, if I point a gun at you and say, don't move, if you move, I shoot. Chidema, you will not move, no matter how bold you are. You can't move. You want to obey me because you are at my mercy. This man was asked to hold the election. But later on, he released the result. Must you come and hold the microphone to announce it? He released the results. Everybody saw the result. And I want to ask these people, their brain is failing them. I think they are suffering from Alzheimer. How would they be saying such a thing? And I want to believe these people are adults. What's his name? Well, this man who deceived us that he was a comrade. Oshimole. Who deceived Nigerians as with his comradeship. And he was trusted. We didn't know he was a born politician that couldn't perform in Edo State. Go pass through Edo if you are going to Lagos or the West. Pass through there and you see. But he built the best house in Nigeria. In fact, no, you can't even find such building. A man that occupied a community and fenced it round. Is it with his salary? And he's talking about all this is he's saying. What are we talking about? Even if the result is announced now, because when I read some other from other newspapers, I think he was talking of he should have read the result after many years before dying. Of what use would it be to Nigerians? Result of something that happened in 1983. You want to read it in 2025. The winner is late. The loser, I don't know whether he's still existing or not. The people that are not, Babangida, is he alive? He gathered Nigeria. You see, Nigerians, I don't understand whether we are bewitched. A man that committed such a heinous crime in this country gathered you people again. They call him Maradona. And he also Maradona does again. Not me. Maradona then them again. Say he wrote a book. He was busy heaping blames on Abacha because Abacha is late. And people were donating money. I am sorry for my Igbo brothers. Don't want to mention their names. All of them that went to continue to donate money to, of course, some of them mentioned it that he made them what they are. Through their corrupt mindedness, they enrich themselves, become billionaires overnight. This, I want to tell you that this is part of, if it is important to them, and you are denying, this insidious discriminatory tendencies against the Igbo tribe. This is xenophobic against the Igbo tribe.
Okay, I'm not going to be on any side. We'll stick on that to the rejection and the whole backlash from the senators. It's rejecting the motion, because there were some that actually accepted it. They passed the motion, and Baribe actually passed the motion for him to be, recognized and Inec be named after him. Let's go back to, you talked about a point where someone pointed a gun at me, no matter how strong and active I am, and I would have to, condole myself or probably be at your mercy. Let's say you, like you stated, if you have a gun on my head, I will have to, be at your mercy until whenever I'm set free. Let's say at that time that, because they say it's not, according to certain beliefs, that it's not right to speak ill of the dead, but we still have to get it right to an extent. Like I stated, I was in Bobo. To an extent, I have a idea about little history. Let's say that Humphrey Nwosu, late Humphrey Nwosu was, he had a gun on his head at the time, not to make a statement over the results. And afterwards, time passed. Well, why did he not make a statement, after everything that happened? Do you think the gun on his head still escalated up till the time of his demise.
I asked a question, of what use would it be to Nigerians? Abiola is no more, who was adjudged the winner of that fairest election that was conducted by Humphrey Nwosu, Professor Humphrey Nwosu.
Won't it still be a good thing if
okay, now let me tell you, how did Nigerians know that he won that election?
Everyone saw it. It is a neglect.
So what are you looking for again? What are you waiting for? Why do you need him to hold microphone? Is it what is it that he must hold microphone? You have known the winner. What else are we looking for? Why are they celebrating Abiola if you haven't known that he is the winner? So what is, I want to know the use. If I know the use, then I will follow and blame him. Ask anybody, of what effect? What effect will it serve? That something that happened in 1983, you are now bringing it up, let's say in 2024, 2025, to that election that was annulled by Buhari, Babangida, was won by Abiola, MKO Abiola. He scored 80 million out of the total 80 million votes. Alhaji Tofa didn't score anyone. Of what effect? What will be the consequence? Will you go back and resume the body of Abiola, put in Aso Rock to rule Nigeria? Or will you say, okay, let us bring his son to rule in his stead? I want to know what is the use. But this same Senate approved the immortalization of Abiola. The person that made him, that recognized him as the winner, that made Nigerians to know that Abiola won the election, you don't want to recognize him.
How did he make Nigerians know?
I have asked you now, how did you know that Abiola won the election?
Okay, you said it was the fairest election because everything was clear and right in the eyes of everyone.
Yes.
It's not like the time now where we have to, you know, do the...
I want to ask you a question. Chidimma, at least you have witnessed United States of American presidential elections. Have you ever seen where the results are announced?
No, I haven't.
How do they know the winner? I want to leave some of these thoughts to you. And to anybody that thinks that it is only holding the microphone. Nigerians want to drag us back to the dark ages. Look at how America ran a seamless election. The winner just emerged and everybody knows. Have you seen, I don't know what they call their own Inec. Have you seen where they gather, begin to argue about the results? Have you even seen going to court after the election in America? Is Kamala in court against Trump? If we are not ready for democracy in this country, let's try other alternative means of governance. There are a lot of... We can try theocracy. Hence, religion is what is reigning in Nigeria. So we may try theocracy. There are other systems of government.
Okay, Barrister Okoro, let's look at it from a different angle. Over the rejections from most of the senators against naming Humphrey Nwosu after Inec. Let's look at the situation of the country. You know, someone will say, why not rather remove the plank from your eye instead of removing the peg from someone else's eye? If we look at the democracy like you just stated, we know how it's turned out to be. We know how the democracy in the country level, the level of democracy is in the country. And you made mention of Adams Oshomole, you know, criticizing and all of that. And, you know, they made certain statements about, particularly Adam Oshomole said about the confession that Humphrey Nwosu would have actually come to confess. If he has actually, then maybe he deserves to get this recognition over this bill that has been passed by Senate. Do you think that it's in that idiomatic expression of removing the plank first from the peck from your eye, right? Then removing the plank from your eye, then removing the peck from someone else's eye? Is it like a kettle calling hot black?
They don't even have plank. What they have is log of wood in their eyes. But I only sit here to tell you that it is this historical hatred against this section of the Nigerian polity called the Igbos. The historical transgenerational hatred is the simple reason why they are rejecting it. They don't have any reason. There's no reason to offer. They have no reason that any sane mind can deduce from what they are saying. Just from all flanks, just exhibiting this hatred on that tribe. Other people that merit whatever, what are their better contributions to this nation? And we are still thriving in corruption and bribery, thriving in backwardness, thriving in imbalance and inequality, thriving in a dwindling economy. What have they contributed? And this nation is going down the drain. Economically, politically, look at everywhere insecurity. What have they contributed? Those people that they are recognizing. What are their contributions to better the governance of this nation? Is there anything? What have they done? If they have contributed meaningfully, we shouldn't be experiencing these inequalities and the insecurity and dwindling economy. The system would have been running like other small African countries. Look at Burkina Faso of yesterday. A country that is, I don't know whether they're up to 10 million citizens. Look at how they are fast developing under the leadership of a military man. I don't want to compare us with when the military was even ruling and now. Like I've said, hence this democracy is not working. Let them look for alternative system of governance or system of government to operate. There are a lot of them. If democracy is not part of us, if it is not inherent in us and we cannot learn it, let's drop it and use the one we know.